as we have seen the networking part of it, so we're going to build a client server chat module. So we will be using the socket part of it first. So first thing is, as we have seen here, the socket is the method which needs to be module which needs to be imported. So we'll do that first. And using the socket, we need to first create a. Now this is a server module. Okay, creating a server here. So see, basically it connects, as we have seen in the slides, that it connects using socket module, and it will be a communication via that node. Okay, so clients can connect to. So now this server has to first connect to bind, right? It has to bind to a port and a host. So how do we get the host name is, we say host. We use the socket module to get the host name, which is nothing but the IP address of the current. We have something method called as get host name, which will give me the current host. I don't give it any. But for now, this is a separate port that we are creating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now once I bind to it, I got to listen to that. The server has to listen to that node. So it's going to listen every 5 seconds for any data that is coming in. Okay, so what have we done here? As we have seen that we create a socket object and bind to that, and we pass the host parameters. For it, don't get confused here. So this is basically the client address which is getting returned here, and this is the the client node that it is we can connect to. This will be the node, like this is the C will be the node which will be used to connect. So now let's see, if it gets a connection, we'll say got connection. We can also print the IDDR if you want. Currently, we're not going to do that because it's all done. Now I want it to be in a loop. Now imagine that the client has connected to the server. Now I want to be in a loop till I exit. Okay, so I'll do a while loop. While true means what? While true will keep on doing till we exit. Correct. So first let's get a. Now let's see. Imagine that we want to type something from the server. So we will put an input command here and we'll say start chat, and this will be sent to the client. This will be sent to the client. The C is, this is part of this one, right? Server.accept. So C will be sent to the client. How does it send it? Is we have to convert this to bytes. The ports will accept only bytes. Okay, so you have to give it a particular format, that is UTF-8 encoded. So once you do this X data stream will get converted to a byte and it will be sent. Okay, and now if you receive again something from there, so you want to check that too. Correct. So we want to see if we received anything, and we're going to print that. Now 1024 is the byte size that is received. Okay, it will send. So basically what is happening here is we have created a socket here. It is being bind to it, and now it is like a server listening, and any connections which come in. Now as you see here, we want to exit this loop, right? Currently there is no exit. So let's try to understand. I'll add the exit part later. So this is the server here. Now let's go to the client part of it and build the client. Again, we need to create a socket object. It's all the same, guys. Socket is used for both client and server. Only thing is, in there it will bind and listen. Here it will connect. Client will connect. We have the socket here, and again now we need to get the host and the port. Okay, instead of this one, what it is going to do is s.bind. Now this is the local socket here. Now again the same thing. Again we are going to put it in a loop here. Why you want to be unless we exit? Unless we have a proper exit, we want to keep it in a loop so that the chat continues. Okay. So again, we want to input something. So this is the client chat. Here we can send it, right? So we can convert it to a byte. One flow kind of, it's a two-way communication, but we need to be careful. This needs to be S, and again, X that we are sending. And again, if anything is received from the client, we will be going to check this out. Okay. And then finally, we are going to close the socket. This is very important. So after the file loop, the node is C. So the socket server is server, but the actual variable is C, the server. So we have a client, and now let's see how this works. So we have to open two terminals here. We have to open two terminals, which is one is first we need to start the server. Okay, so brackets. Now we also need to start the thing because it is going to listening. It is right now what has happened. It has come here till this line, and it is listening. Unless this. It's waiting for the client. Okay, once the client starts, then this will start working. So now the client has started. Now let's see what's happening in the server window. Now if you see the connected received, so it has connected. See, the server is working now. I from server and press enter. Now this message should have come over here. So if you see here, it has received hi from server. Now if you see here, the hello from client has got received by the server in the same screen. Okay, so But the only thing here is we this can keep on going on. So now this is a two-way communication. If you communicate from here, it's going to come over here, and you go over here. It's a two-way chat, right? So now the thing is, we need to exit this. We have not given a logic to exit this. So that's the problem in this program. So let us fix that part. Oops, I shouldn't have. Break. You remember, guys, we have covered this part, right? Break will simply come out of the while loop. Same thing over here. If you don't remember, guys, you have to go and learn that part. If x equal to stop, if I say stop, it's going to break the loop and stop the program. So let's quickly run this work server, the client connection. So now the client is connected to the server. If I say some method, some message here is going to be received here. So basically this is how it does networking. Okay, now this can be on different machines also. So in that time the host name will change, correct? So